right here is my favorite thing ever. In the history of forever, I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
I unironically started to fall in love with the girl that I used in a thumbnail that I made a month ago. And the premise of it is simple of it. She's hot. But and of course, but it has me wondering, why do I find her so hot? So much so that I just keep waiting for every new post that she makes, and I download all of the other ones that come out, and don't get that kind of, actually you can get that kind of idea out of me, but I don't do that kind of stuff with girls that I find really pretty, because it's like I see her as some sort of blueprint of the kind of girl, the exact kind of girl that I want, because they're kind of like me. They share the same blueprint that I have, which they're lonely. And how do I know about this? And how am I not just projecting? Is because, well, in a lot of her posts that are deleted, she talks about not having anyone and such things like that. And I get this sort of idea that, yeah, I'm like that too. And with thrifting, if you can tell, a lot of her clothes are thrifted clothes. Yeah, thrifted clothes, which I do thrifting too, which I find awesome. And also her general aesthetic is pretty, pretty, pretty. So that that's why I keep lingering about it. But it also made me ask a broader question of how do I find girls like that, or how do I find people like that? Because this is a sort of question that I've had for a pretty good time. And the thing about trying to find those kinds of people is that you can't really try to find those people. They just sort of come out of nowhere. Like, I bet that I see girls that look like her at times, and in when I go to the gas station or things like that, I do see them briefly, but I never really say anything, because I just see them for a bit, say something, and I look the other way, because I don't have necessarily the confidence to go up to a girl and say anything that's like personal. I might ask a general question, but I'm not I'm not trying to do that. Well, that's not, no, but that's besides the point. I don't know how to find them, and this also goes with another girl that I had, actually still have a crush on, but that I can't find, because during Halloween, and I'm starting to make a whole video about this too. I have a thumbnail. I'll show you the thumbnail, and it's about a girl that I saw in, like, right as I was about to go on a party in Halloween, like last year. I saw this girl in a Chipotle, and I wanted to talk to her really, really bad, but I couldn't. And so I spent the whole time, like, saying, like, oh man, like, where can I find this person? And okay, in a sort of way, I was kind of talking to her, because it was a part of a group of people that I had to do, so I had to say something, and I never really got the reply. But if I did, good things would have happened. But it's this sort of way that I like, where, like, am I supposed to go to, like, the library or something? The thing about it is that you sort of have to go around and find your own path. I mean, when you say, like, these people are like you, how do people find you? Yeah, and it's not like that I go up to talk to people, and occasionally, because I really don't. I guess in a sort of way that I don't know. I just find people. I just go around places, and these people just come up to me. So it's a matter of wherever you go, not where you stay. Because in places that you stay, I doubt that you're gonna find any of those kind of girls, or any kind of girls that I want, that are my type, because they're always over the place. Most of the girls that I met that were like that don't. go out, don't go outside often, and usually only stay at school or they're homeschooled. Homeschooled. The other example, they're in another school, and the other one is in a school that I used to go to and I live very close to. So technically, I could just go over there, but it's not like that. But I get this sort of idea that, you know, if if I, just be myself normally, I'm just gonna find these, people normally, and that's the thing that makes me, get up in the morning, because the thing about it is that I, in my life so far, meeting a girl like that is probably the only purpose that I have as of now. I don't really have any direction, and that's just the only thing that is, really well pinned. It's an easy thing to do. So yeah, I do things for them. A lot of things, and well, I want to just, go out there and try to find them myself. I try to get a whole job because of it, and I try almost got expelled of detentions because of it. So I'm willing to do a lot of things for a woman, and then I'm not gonna being those kind of guys that just leave all their friends, because I'd stay with people, but having this sort of idea to get this sort of quiet and skinny girl is the thing that I want the most. And another thing that I like about it too is if they're tall, and obviously that's the most ideal of it. It can be anyone that has those traits, really, and those personality traits. It really doesn't matter to me, and it doesn't matter to me. But I keep chickening out of them, and you know I actually had a proper chance with one of them, but I mistaken them. So there's my loss. But as if you notice, I'm really going off the whim when I'm just talking, just to talk for the time. But before I go, I am promoting my Discord server, everything is almost done with it now. I just gotta post it, but I'm gonna send a link to the Discord server. So if anyone wants to join, go ahead. Feel free. I got nothing else to say. I'm stretching the rubber band. Peace.